The drive-thru. I'm your host Tony T. As we broadcast live here on Pig Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. We will get you out of here before the top of the hour to give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games, and that's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Deliver live free picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later, and deliver those winners, our professional handicappers over at Pig Dogs and Sports Chat Place. So we'll meet the cappers and get right to the picks, because we don't mess around here on the drive-thru. Let's go to Kirk. Kirk, what's happening?
Not much. Happy Monday. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good weekend.
Did. Had a good Sunday, so looking forward to this week's action. Get started with the conference finals from both NBA and NHL. Looking forward to that. Rod, what's happening?
No, not too much. Couldn't complain about the weekend. We've seen some horse racing. We've seen a couple Game 7s. And we've seen the Leafs lose again in a Game 7. So, really a whole lot of nothing new. Really, it's nothing new for the Leafs to lose in a Game 7. It's now 7 straight Game 7. So, maybe 8 times charm for the Leafs in the Game 7. Just tough to be a Leafs fan these days. Maybe, I don't know. I think you blow it up and try again. Because it's not working. You've tried how many times, and it's just not working. So, something's got to change there in Leaf land. And hey, Denver definitely tried. I think a healthy Denver squad might have beat OKC in that Game 7. It's just I think they ran out of gas, and some injuries got to the Nuggets there in that one, I think. But hey, we're going to see some good conference games coming up this week, so I'm excited for it. We'll have some great NHL action, some pretty good NBA games too. So good start to the week. We got a few MLB on the slate and one WNBA game. So let's get to it.
Yep, of course, Porter and injury to Aaron Gordon. They probably could use a little more bench help as well. So, Joey, looking forward to the Pacers as underdogs here in Game 1 by more than one possession there against the Knicks.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to the Pacers game, but Fever, how about them? Indiana Fever, almost dropping 100 on the sky. I will say downtown Indianapolis was rocking for that game. It's going to be a very fun season, but I hope you had a nice weekend, Tony.
I had a really nice weekend there, topped off by yesterday's pretty good day 4-0, so looking forward to just what we did yesterday. Got to come back and do it all over again, so let's get to it. Just we're going to hit baseball here to start. Just want to make note here. We kind of figured Montero was going to be a bulk innings pitcher. That's what it's going to be for Detroit. Montero will be a primary pitcher. Getting the bulk innings, there'll be an opener for Detroit. Also be an opener for Milwaukee. Quinn Priester will be the primary pitcher. And just come across a few minutes ago here, O'Neill Cruz out for Pittsburgh. So good luck to Pittsburgh there with trying to get some more. Actually, we just got another. Who is this pitcher for the Dodgers? Dreyer? Okay, so we just got a flash right now that LA is not going to go with Knack. So we just got just on my line service. Let me see if I research it well. It just shows me that Dreyer.
Is he going to open? He's a reliever, so is he going to open?
I'm not
Might be
sure.
open for Knack.
Pitching change. Maybe the opener for Knack will be Dreyer. So Dreyer looks to open here. This just came across my screen. So it looks like, well, obviously Knack is not going to go all the way. So it's probably going to be the opener, Dreyer, here for LA to open here against Arizona. So just some late changes as we go. I've got my line service up with the volume up, so you're going to hear some changes from my screen here as we go through the show. So got you caught up with all the changes, all the news here in pitching. Of course, that big injury there. Well, not injury. O'Neill Cruz just rest. They're going to give him rest there for Pittsburgh. So let's get going on here with the baseball for today as we get ready here for this 12-game card. We'll do 3 blocks of 4 since we got lighter schedule here for the day. So let's get the numbers up for you right now. So in block 1, we'll cover here. Oh, got another one here. Dreyer for Knack. Okay, we know that. All right, here we go. Reds and Pirates. So the Reds here, $1.11. Total sits here at 8. That one's come down there from what it was earlier. Cubs and Marlins. The Marlins $1.59. Total 8.5. Mets and Red Sox. The Mets $1.20. Total of 9. And we'll end this block with Astros Rays. The Rays $1.35. Total of 9. We get the block underway here with, Javon's still waiting for Javon. We'll go to Kirk.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Reds here. I just don't trust the Pirates. What's his name? I can't even remember. O'Neill. Yeah, that's it. O'Neill Cruz being out here. So they do have Mitch Keller on the mound, who hasn't been great. Lodolo's 3-4 with a 3.42 ERA. I think this is a good get right spot. I mean, the Pirates are 15-32. You had a 9 strikeout, 8 inning performance from Paul Skeens, and you couldn't back him up with a single run. I don't like the price here on the Pirates at all. I got to take the Reds on the money line, maybe even on the run line to get a little more value out of it. But I think the money line at -110 is also sufficient enough in this case.
There we go with Kirk. Next up, we move right on over to Rod.
And for me in this early time spot, I like the Mets. Same game parlay and the under here in this one with Kota Senga going for the Mets on the mound in this one. When he's starting, the under is 14-3 versus teams with losing records. And we see what they've done is, was he at 11.2 innings where he's given up no earned runs over that time, over his last 2 starts, which would be equated to wins for the Mets. And then what have the Mets done all season long following a loss? They're 11-2 following a loss, are these Mets. So give me the Mets on the under in that one there tonight.
There from Rod. Next up, we move right on over to Joey.
Yeah, so I'm looking at 2 here. The first one is the Cubs and the Marlins. I like this one to go over. Cubs are 11-8 to the over in road games and 6-4 to the over when the total is between 8 and 8.5. Marlins are 14-11 to the over in all home games and 12-8 to the over as a home dog. So I think we'll see some runs there. And then the other one I like is the Mets on the money line. The Sunday Night Baseball loser is 6-1 this season in their next game. Not only that, but the Mets are pretty strong against right-handed starters. They're 24-13 against them and 16-11 in road night games. I think this is a nice bounce back spot for the Mets, who unfortunately got an ass whooping in the 8th inning last night. So with that said, I like the Mets and the over in the Cubs Marlins.
There from Joey. Tell you what I think about these games. Yeah, I agree here with this Reds team. We look at Cincinnati at the past 5, 280 batting average. Pirates at 199. Their bullpen over their past 5 and ERA near 6. Lodolo's numbers on the road. 5 road starts, ERA of 1.44. Look at Keller at home, getting up 17 runs in 27 innings. Reds have been very good as a road favorite when they've been -110 or higher this season. 4-1, and against these good bullpens, Pittsburgh 0-5 at home, facing a team with a bullpen ERA of 3.45 or lower. I like the Reds there in that spot. Just give me the over with the Cubs and the Marlins. Brown here, high ERA. Cabrera here, 6 starts, ERA 5.5, gives up homers. Both of these teams go over when they face home run hitting teams. Cubs 2-0 against losing to the over against losing teams. But we look here at the Cubs. They hit the ball well on the road. They get home runs. 41 homers in 22 road games. We know this Marlins team gives up a lot of home runs. So Marlins 36-13 to the over as a dog of +125 or higher. So I'll look at the over in that game. Also, let's see what I got in this spot. Let's see, we're going to the Astros game, right? I also like New York and Boston under Senga. The team has gone under in all 7 of Senga starts this season. Boston just 245 against right-handed starters, and I'll go under in that game. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru as we continue here with baseball. As we get ready for the next series of the game, couldn't time it easier, better for this Gardner to come. All right, here we go. We got Orioles Brewers here. The Brewers here, $1.13. The total sits here at 8.5. Next up, we got Guardians Twins. Twins 145, and then we'll just go through it, and we'll just mute.
We're on me.
Yes.
I can't hear anything all of a sudden.
We're on you,
He's
Javon.
got
I got it on mute,
he's
so go ahead.
got the lawnmowers
Okay, got it.
over.
All right. So, is there anything I got to backtrack on?
The first 4.
First couple games.
Yeah, the first 8 games, because we're on block 2 now.
Okay.
Do you want a quick rundown?
Yeah, give me a quick rundown, real quick.
Reds, Pirates, Cubs, Marlins, Mets, Boston, Astros, Rays, Seattle, White Sox, Baltimore, Milwaukee, Cleveland, Minnesota, Detroit, St. Louis. First couple blocks.
Yeah. So, I mean, I really, the Red Sox, for me, yesterday they were in a prime position to, get something going based on the events for Saturday night, and how they came back. But, it's just a bad scene over there in Boston right now. Perhaps they could do it with Dobbins, but, Senga's been basically a shutdown starter right now. And, I trust the Mets on the road more than I do the Red Sox at home. That's basically the long and the short of it. So it could only be the Mets for me with Senga on the mound. As much as I would like to back the Red Sox, um, it would have to be the White Sox for me. Triumphant weekend for the Seattle Mariners. This is what they do to the Padres. They've been smacking them up, as in the last 10. But now they have to fly out to the Windy City against the lowly White Sox who got swept. And, against their crosstown rivals. So what am I going to do? I'm going to take that plus money and run with it. Davis Martin, he's been, pitching well. So has Castillo, but you'd rather face Castillo on the road as opposed to at home. So, with all that said, I would take the White Sox first 5 and full game. And Cleveland. I will be on Cleveland, the Guardians, just on the strength of the Twins coming off that long winning streak, that 13-game winning streak, got snapped yesterday, and I'm looking to fade them again on the second night for them to start a little losing streak. Bailey Ober's on the mound. That straight heat, it could get sent away as of late, but we all know that Bailey Ober is due for a clunker, and I think tonight's the night. So it will be Cleveland for me. Logan Allen will get the best of the Twins lineup.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I guess that's it. Are we on one more slot after?
Yeah, there's one more slot after this one. Yeah.
All right, got it.
You got it. From Javon. Next up, we move right on over to Kirk.
Yeah, I'm just going to be on the Brewers here. I love fading the Orioles so far this season, and Dean Kramer's on the mound, who has a 5.36 ERA. I know they have a pitching change, but still, this Brewers team at home to start the new week against this Orioles team that's given up runs like crazy. Their bullpen's been awful. Kramer's been awful. Give me the Brewers on the money line and sprinkle on the run line as well.
There we go with Kirk. Next up, we move right on over to Rod.
And for me in this time spot, I like the under in that Cleveland and Minnesota game. You look at what Minnesota's been doing all season long, and they've been going under. 27-16 to that under. And then you look over the last month, basically, it's even better than that, 17-8 to the under. And then in divisional games, 11-5 to that under are these Twins. And then you look at what the Guardians do in those division games, 8-5 to the under. So I expect over. And and Logan Allen on the bump for Cleveland to have good starts. You look what Logan Allen's been doing in 2 runs, 3 runs, no runs is last time out. And then Bailey Ober hasn't given up more than 3 over his last 4 starts. So I'll take the under, actually 5 starts or more. So Bailey Ober's been pitching well as well. So give me the under 7.5, Cleveland, Minnesota.
There we go with Rod. Next up, we move right on over to Joey.
Yeah, I'm with Kirk here. I agree. I like the Brewers. I'm going to fade the Orioles big time here. They've lost 6 straight. They're 3-9 in interleague play this season and 12-20 against right-handed pitchers. I know their starting pitcher got scratched. I'm not 100% certain if the new pitcher is a righty or not, but to me that really does not matter. I think this is a good spot for the Brewers. They're 9-6 in interleague play this year. They're also 13-9 at home. Take the Brewers on the money line. And then I like the Tigers at the plus money price on the road against the Cardinals. Cardinals are strong at home, but they're not the best against lefties. They're 7-7 against them. And the Tigers are 22-12 against right-handed pitchers and 16-8 in night games. I think this is a great price for the Tigers on the road.
Yeah, from Joe. Yeah, Priester will be a primary pitcher bulk. There'll be an opener going there for Milwaukee today. I'll tell you what I think here about these games. I like the under here with Baltimore and Milwaukee. These are 2 bats that are lineups that are just not hitting. Baltimore 211 against the NL. Milwaukee over their past 5 just 190. The Brewers bullpen has performed better at home. You look at Baltimore in the interleague games, 5-0 the under, and against these poor slugging teams in the AL, Milwaukee 7-2 the under at home against them. I like the under in that spot. Yeah, I'll take Minnesota here. Ober's numbers here at home have let's see here. Ober, 9 starts has been pretty good. Let's see what Ober's done at home this year. I thought I had the numbers on his home numbers, but he had pretty good home numbers this year. The Guardians is hitting just 223 over their past 6 games. The Twins have hit the ball well. Here we go. Ober in his 4 home starts, ERA of 2.53. But the Minnesota bullpen is what the story is of this streak here. Past 6 games, allowed 1 run in 22 third innings. We knew Minnesota was going to lose yesterday when they put Zebby in there. That was an automatic L. We all saw that coming. There was no doubt. They wanted to end the streak. That's why they threw Zebby in there. We didn't want too many wins in a row. Let's throw in Zebby and let's shoot for another win streak here. So I'll take Minnesota in that spot. Montero will be a bulking pitcher. I'll take Detroit here plus the price. This Detroit, the bats are hot. Their bullpen's the best in baseball. Gray has been roughed up a little bit. Tigers have won 8 of their past 10 on the road. I'll look at Detroit in that spot. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru. Let's continue here with baseball. The final 4 games on this card will be Phillies and Rockies. This one's come down. You're not getting the $2 anymore with the Rockies. The Phillies now $2.22, total of 10. Royals and Giants. The Giants at home, $1.29, total of 7.5. And the Angels, well, face the Athletics back in that shelter in Sacramento. It's hot over there. I think it's going to be in the mid-80s at pitch time. Athletics here, $1.31. Looks like everybody got the weather report. It's up to 10 now in that total. There, the high 80s there in Sacramento. It's like a desert over there, 100 miles away from the ocean. Diamondbacks and Dodgers. Dodgers added another reliever to the injured list, Kirby Yates, to now with those the 5 best arms in the bullpen, total 145. I told you it's getting hot out here. Mid-80s here, total 10. So we're seeing these totals pop up here out in the West as we're getting the heat wave again that we had last early in the week. So it's hit us again. So we got you covered with these 4. We get the block underway here with Javon.
It had to be the San Francisco Giants. Was the Robbie Ray's on the mound? I believe, what are they, 9-0 in his starts? I believe that's correct. But regardless, he's on the mound, lefty, having a real solid year. Really didn't expect it out of Robbie Ray, but there we have it. So Giants at home, 16-7, in their own stadium. I expect for them to get the job done. And I expect this to stay under the total. With Chris Bubik on the mound, I think you see a 1-run game, no matter how you slice it. So, if you want to do KC run line, if you're on the KC side, you could do that. It's going to be heavily juiced, just based on the pricing of this game. But, yeah, it'll be the under. It'll be San Fran, 1-run game as far as I'm concerned. And if you like the other side, then maybe take a shot at the run line.
There we go, Javon. To let you know on the Dodger situation, Jack Dwyer will serve as the opener. Ben Kasperius expected to eat innings. Still up in the air what they'll do with Knack. Maybe Knack will get a few innings, but it is now Dwyer opening, Kasperius to get the bulk. So that's been the change for LA here today in their game against Arizona. So next up, we move on right on over to Kirk.
Yeah, kind of agree with Jovan. Everything. The Giants just win games under Robbie Ray. I mean, he's 6-0 in his starts. They're 9-0 as a team in his starts. It's really hard just to go against the Giants, but I also agree with Jovan on the under. It's going to be a close game. Bubich has been solid this season as well. Wanted to say something different than Jovan, but really, those are my 2 plays for this time slot as well. So, don't fix what's broken. 2 Boston minds thinking alike.
There you go. Next up, we move right on over to Rod.
Yeah, for me in this time spot, I'm looking at the Angels, fresh off their sweep of the Dodgers, heading into the homeless, taking on the Athletics here in this one. Well, they're still out on the road, are these Angels. This will be their 7th road game, so you know me, start to fade teams are on 7-game road trips or longer. That's just what I do. And also the numbers say to. You look at this Angels squad after 6 or more games on the road. 3-23 following 6 games on the road of these Angels. So, yeah, fresh off the sweep. Everybody will jump on the Angels on that one. And then you look, what have they done against AL opponents? Well, they're 0-9 against AL opponents are these Angels. So, yeah, congratulations. You swept the Dodgers. Now you're going to get your butt whooped by the homeless Athletics here at home. Take the Athletics on the run line on that one. I think they easily win by 2+ over the Angels there.
There we go with Rod. We move right on over to Joey.
Just one for me here. I like the D-backs on the money line at this nice plus money price. I'm sorry, Tony, but I think the Dodgers are overvalued here. They really don't
Oh
have a
yeah.
good bullpen right now. The D-backs are good on the road. They're 12-9 and they're 20-14 against right-handed pitchers. They're also 9-7 against teams with a winning record. I think they can keep it competitive, and at this price, I'm not taking the Diamondbacks.
Can't argue that one with the way I've been telling you guys about this Dodger bullpen for a few weeks now. Now it's catching up with them now. We're going to look here. Hang on a second. Let's go here and tell you what I think about these games. A couple of overs here. Hot weather over with Angels and the Homeless in that shelter. They go over. It's about going to be 87 degrees at pitch time. And you got Soriano here, and you've got JT Ginn in this game. They look at the Angels over the past 6 games. They've hit 12 homers. The Athletics, look at the bullpens over the past 6 games. Angels an ERA over 8, the Athletics over 11. So yeah, 2 pretty bad bullpens here in bad form. Angels against the Athletics against teams that hit home runs that average 1.2 home runs per game or greater on the year. They've gone 7-1 to the over at home, and the Angels 5-1 to the over on the road facing home run hitting teams. So again, another situation where these teams in these home road splits go over the total against these home run hitting teams. D-backs, Dodgers, just give me the over. It's warming up out here. We're hitting the 80s here in Dodger Stadium. I know it's 80 out here. Let's see, we're gonna hit 74, but it's 10 miles per hour out. That's hot for LA Dodger Stadium, by the way. We should see 90s tomorrow in LA. We'll see what the temperature will be at game time tomorrow, but it's getting hot out here, and it should be hot again in Sacramento tomorrow. So I like the over there. The issue with I told you the issue with the Dodger bullpen. You can now add Kirby Yates to that. So no Phillips, Kopech, Training, Gratterall. Those are the guys that got the ring for the Dodgers, the bullpen guys. And then you add Kirby Yates to it. So their best arms are gone. They just pulled up another guy from Oklahoma City. So they're just pulling up guys from AAA to try to fill innings, and it's not going to be good for them, especially with this. Now the mentality for the LA now is just outscore teams. So you're going to see a lot of these high scoring on games from the LA. Matter of fact, against home run hitting teams, Arizona 5-2 the over on the road. So remember, Arizona's bullpen is no great shakes either. So you've got, and by the way, you can fade that on the road. His 4 road games for faded ERA 6.64 in his road starts. So there you go. That's another one I like the over in that one. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru as we move on over the lone game here from the W. Storm and the Wings. We got the Storm here 3.5 total 166.5. We'll see if Kirk is on the court. Oh, so it's out with Javon here in W.
It's gonna have to be the Dallas Wings. I think they get their first win of the season game. I really didn't like what I saw out of the Seattle Storm. And if you remember last year, it was the same type of deal. They lost their first game in the split, and then I think they followed up with another loss in the second game. So I'm gonna follow that script. They got some work to do on their offense. Now they are playing the Wings, no defense whatsoever. But that line move, it was 163.5 earlier. Now it's 3 points up. Might take a shot with the under. They did give up 99 points in that first game, but when you're facing a squad who doesn't look like they're ready to perform, have a shot at getting some stops. So it'll be the Wings points and it'll be the under. Not too confident in those picks, but that's why I'm leaning.
Yeah, that game opened over the total of 161. It was the opener, and the Storm opened 2-point favor. So we've seen money here to the Storm, and well over the total, about a 5.5-point move to the over there. So pretty significant there since the BetCris opener.
Yeah. Based on what happened Friday night, and then with that big line move that I was kind of sketchy on, and then again on Saturday, with that line move with Storm, you might want to go opposite.
Yeah, I still can't get over that Valkyrie line move. That thing is just like
right. So
expansion team.
Yeah, and look what happened in it worked out all well in the first half, but then that second half, boy, couldn't get a basket, couldn't buy a bucket.
And then we saw who the Sparks really were when they got pounded by the Lynx at home. So that's
Yeah, when they face some real competition,
so
So
doesn't
there
look
goes a
like,
W for you.
it doesn't look. I don't know. I'm a little nervous about the Valkyries getting to double-digit victories this year. I'm a little nervous about expansion WNBA teams. I hope it's not becomes a storyline where they have when they have a trouble, maybe like an 0-13, 0-14 start.
They have some veterans on their squad. They just don't have a star, And in this league, you're gonna have to have some stars on your roster to carry you through. They don't have that, so it's gonna be a long season for them.
There you go with Javon. Next up, we move on over to Kirk if he's in the W.
Not yet this season. Not yet.
Yet.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. All right. He's still looking at the charts. Next up, over to Rod.
Yeah, for me in this spot, yeah, everybody did see Seattle look like ass in that first game. What did they score? 59 points. Oof, awful, right? Yeah. Well, Seattle, after scoring 65 points or less, they're 6-0 in those first halves, dating all the way back a couple seasons. So they bounce back, and we know against this Dallas squad that plays not any defense whatsoever. Maybe they'll get some improvement with the rookie going there for Dallas, but it's going to take them a few games before they get it rolling. So give me the over in that first half between Seattle and Dallas. I think both teams looking for a little better output here in this one. Give it to Dallas. Hey, they did score some points and tried to hang in that game. Their just defense let them down late, and they lost that one by 10 plus. So for me, give me the over in the first half. I see it at 84 points. I think they can easily get over that total in the first half.
There we go here with Rod. Next up, we move right on over to Joey.
Yeah, I like the full game under, similar to what Jovan said. I think this has gone up a little bit too much, and I think we see the under. Wings do not have that good of an offense, and the Seattle Storm's specialty is defense, and I think it'll definitely be a lot better in their second game. They're 14-9 to the under in all road games last season, and 5-1 to the under off a loss playing on the road. I think their defense again is going to be much better tonight. Dallas won't have that many good looks. Play the under with the Wings and the Storm.
There we go from Joey. Before we get to the Parlay Purple segment, I just want to make note here. Rod really follows this league really well, but I see an opening line tomorrow, which really gets my attention. I'll ask Rod here with Vegas and Connecticut Sun. Has the Sun dropped this much? Las Vegas opens up as a 12.5-point favorite against the Connecticut Sun.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be laying that. I'd be leaning into the Sun plus the that big giant points. You just look at poor defensive teams from last season, and the Aces weren't the greatest defensively. Sure, they could score offensively, but definitely not playing a whole lot of defense. And in that spot, it's just, I think that's way too many. As many times as we say, how many times do we fade the ace? It's more than fade the ace, because I said always you got to add that little comma with the S there. Fade the aces, because they always get overvalued. And at 12, I would definitely having to be leaning to the Sun, especially after what we've seen in that last game. Connecticut,
they changed coaches, right? They lost some personnel.
Yeah,
they lost some personnel.
Coach,
so that's what's happened to them. They've lost personnel. They were a title contender last year.
Yeah, right. So they have lost a few pieces, but I don't think they're that 12-point difference in a loss. So I would lean to the Suns there. I might even sprinkle on the money line that they can upset the Aces, because I didn't like what I seen from the Aces against the Liberty at all. They looked all right in that preseason, but I didn't like what I seen against the Liberty for the Aces.
Yeah, that just caught me by surprise to see that. This looks like the Aces, the number from 2 years ago. What is this? The 12.5 there against the Sun. Sun's not a bad team. I mean, that just kind of took me by surprise to see that number open up like that. All right, we got you through our WNBA coverage for today. We'll have coverage, more picks on that. On W2 games tomorrow on the W. Have them tomorrow, of course. We'll have NBA, NHL. Of course, we'll have baseball tomorrow. Big 15-game card from baseball. Already looking at that card for tomorrow. But let's see what we got with Parlay Peripheral segment here, where the Capitals can give out a parlay, team player prop, game of the future. They make the call, so we start the segment off here with Javon.
Yeah, it would be White Sox and what was the second one? I think I wrote it. Oh, Cleveland. The White Sox in Cleveland. That's one. And we will go with San Fran under for the same game parlay.
There we go with Javon. Next up, we move right on over to Kirk.
Yeah, simple. Brewers money line, Reds money line.
From Kirk. Next up, over to Rod.
And we're going to take the Mets on the run line, the Athletics on the run line, and then throw in the over first half, Seattle, Dallas, in the WNBA game.
The W from Rod. Next up, over to Joey.
Yeah, Kyle Schwarber to hit a home run. The Rockies are so bad. I think he gets one tonight.
There from Joey. All right, so what I like here, I like the Tigers plus there as a dog. I also like over with Angels Lex and over D-backs and the Dodgers. All right, we got you through our Parlay Pro segment. Now it's time to see what our cappers have for sale over at Pick Dogs Prim. On of baseball this week, W as well. We are in the conference championships from NHL and NBA, so a big week of action. So let's take a look, see what Kirk's got for sale over at Pick Dogs Prim for tonight's action. Kirk, what you got rolling here? Looking pretty good over the past 7.
Yeah, got 2 or 3 MLB plays. One up there for sale, the rest for long-term subscribers. So hop on something long-term if you want that. A lot of soccer, last week of soccer for a lot of different leagues. Got the NBA conference finals. Maybe I'll start dabbling in the WNBA. So always got a lot on the board.
On the board from Kirk, so we got on board with Kirk over at Pick Dogs. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. Save that 15% off. Let's just see what Javon's got for sale over at Pick Dog. Javon with some positive units in the NBA. What do you got going, Javon?
Yeah, no NBA tonight. That starts tomorrow. But do have a 3-pack in the MLB. All those plays are sold separately as well. So jump on board. Matter of fact, jump on board with something long-term, 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, yearly, or match meal with one or several of the other handicappers for the multi-capital emotional. You can't go wrong here. Sports Chat Place, Pick Dogs. Let's get it.
Yeah, boy, with Javon over at Pick Dogs Prim. Let's see what Rod's got for sale over at Pick Dogs Prim. Rod over the past 30 days, 2,686 units of profit documented.
And for me to kickstart the week, I got 5 MLB plays I absolutely love over there in my Money Monday 5-pack. In that Money Monday 5-pack is my MLB play of the day. You can scoop that up singly. Or as Joanne alluded to, best way to go is long-term. Hey, grab that week pass. We got a loaded week of action ahead. All the conference plays back. NBA has their conference play, and the NHL has their conference play. Throw in some more WNBA and throw in some MLB there as well. And that's how you get up over these big units in over the last 30 days. So looking to continue to stay hot in most sports. WNBA off to that good start. The number 1 capper last year in the WNBA, looking to stay hot there. So I also have a WNBA season pass. If you're just looking for that, you can scoop that up. It's covered on 43 games, 44 games from each team. Man, we're just getting started in the W. Lots of season left there as well. So take advantage of that 2-for-1, 3-for-1 capper promotional as well here at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Can't go wrong with that as well. Use the promo code PICK at checkout. Save 15%. Jump aboard.
On board with Rod over at Pick Dogs Premium. Let's see what Joey's got for sale over at Pick Dogs Premium for tonight. Joey, what you got? Good units.
Yeah, so I got 3 picks for tonight. You can get them all in my 3-pack, my Tron's Trifecta, but it's 2 MLB, 1 WNBA. That includes my MLB NL Central Game of the Week. Use the code PICK for 15% off any of those or even the 3-pack as well.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Joey over at Pick Dogs Premium. Showing good results here over the last, actually, we correct this, over the last 7 days. 382 units of profit for Joey over the last 7 days. So get on board with Joey over at Pick Dogs Premium. Of course, you could always use the promo code PICK at checkout, and you will save that 15% off. Of course, the multi-capper promotion is a great way to roll as well. Get on with Joey Tron over at Pick Dogs Premium, showing the plus 382 units of profit. Did I get that in there? No, I didn't. Erased. Okay, hit 382 units of profit there the last 7 days altogether overall from Joey. So that's what you want to do. Get on board with Joey Tron over at Pick Dogs Premium and get that promo code multi-cap promotion also available. All right, let you know what I got rolling over at Pick Dogs Premium today. I've got a best bet on the board for Major League Baseball as well as a 3-pack, but my best bet is bundled with my 3-pack. So don't buy one, don't buy them both, because my best bet is bundled. I am the number 1 unit producer in Major League Baseball. Document over at Pick Dogs Premium for the year. So get on board with me. Hey, that 7-day pass will get you all my premium plays from baseball for the next 7 days, as well as the NBA. Right, we got the NBA conference finals beginning tomorrow. So we'll have games at least for the next 8 or more days, because they play every other day with 1 days off. So they're going to rotate games back and forth. So we know we have at least 8 days of NBA. At least if they're both sweeps, then that's it. until the finals, but there may be some more. We'll see how it rolls, guys. So get over with me over at Pick Dogs Premium. And guys, we're with you here Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time with the drive-through. So make sure you guys tune in, like, subscribe, set those notifications. Approaching 250,000 subscribers here on the Pick Dogs YouTube channel. So hit that subscribe button. Hey, if you get 250K people to hit that subscribe button, you know there's great content here on this website, or on this YouTube channel. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. A lot more content. We'll find out from the Cappers what they've got up there. Kirk, you're a contributor over on the Pick Dogs YouTube channel. What you got up there? You're on mute, Kirk.
Yeah, got a lot of soccer going on. As I said, leagues ending, cups ending. We got Europa League final this week. We got promotion, playoffs. Just a lot going on. If you watch soccer, you've definitely seen me over there. And yeah, who knows? Maybe I'll make some MLB videos once that's over. So usually got something every day over on the channel.
There you go. So check out Kirk over on the Pick Dogs YouTube. Of course, Rod, pretty much a regular here on the drive-thru.
Yeah, pretty much regular on the drive-thru. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. You can find me here on the drive-thru.
Very good. Of course, Javon here on the drive-thru, catch on the weekends, and also with your Parlay video series.
Yeah, and that's been going pretty good. Nothing tonight, but winner of 4 of my last 2 team parlays. So yeah, things are going well on that front, and I will have one up tomorrow to make it 5 out of the last 6 days of winning a parlay. So looking to keep it going.
You've been going there with Javon. Of course, Joe, you keep an eye on NASCAR.
Yes, sir. This Sunday's race is going to be at Charlotte, so I'll have that video up sometime Thursday night. Like and subscribe, and you'll be notified as soon as it drops.
There you go, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe to the Pick Dogs YouTube channel with lots of great content there. Not only the live shows, but also the on-demand content from many of the cappers here on from Pick Dogs. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of the Drive-Thru. We're back again here tomorrow live at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, so make sure you tune in. Anybody have anything to say in closing before we close it out?
Pacers in 6.
There you go, Pacers in 6.
Couple ribbies for you from the homeless. I think they beat up on the Angels. Take Langoliers to get an RBI. Take Rooker to get an RBI. Nice plus money on both those guys.
There you go, from a Rod. All right.